Yo guys, welcome back to another NBA 2K20 video. In today's video, we're going to be playing some My League. I personally like My League. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I personally do like My League. I think it's really fun. Today, I got this idea from King of the Fourth Quarter. We're going to be doing a fantasy draft and picking a random team. So let's just get straight into it. Let's set up the fantasy draft, and we'll do random team just like this. And we are going to get the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see what type of pick we got. Looks like we don't got a top 5 pick. And we are what number are we? We're number 11, right outside of the top 10. That's fine. That's not that bad of a pick. I'm going to let my assistant GM draft it for me. And then I'm going to try to rebuild this team to my best advantage. So this is the team that our GM drafted for us. I personally think this is a good team. I made D'Angelo Russell a shooting guard to get those overall boosts. Wait, what was he before? He was up 1 overall. Is it worth it? Probably not. First thing, this is not going to be a really realistic rebuild. We're just going to try to make this team the best that it can be. We're actually going to leave D'Lo at point guard. Because it just makes the team better with him at point guard and Caris and Terrence Davis off the bench. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try everything. We're gonna try to trade Blake Griffin. We're gonna definitely trade Blake Griffin. He is making too much money to be on this team to be at 83 overall. He's making LeBron James type money. So let's see any good offers. So we're gonna do this trade for Chris Paul. Chris Paul was older. He's only 2 years left. He's actually making more money than him, but this is only a 1 year rebuild, so money really doesn't matter too much. But this definitely helps our team, I think. And now we have Chris Paul, D'Lo. Oh, we gotta fix our power forward and small forward. Let's see if any teams are rebuilding that we can just snatch. Rebuilding. Paul George is on the block. We're gonna do this trade for Chris Paul and LeVert for Andre Drummond and Ricky Rubio. And let me explain. We're gonna take Nikola Jokic, move him to power forward, makes him a 94 overall. We still got a starting point guard, and I've got a really good front court in Andre Drummond and Nikola Jokic, and we have a pretty good bench. This team still needs some work. We still need to get a starting caliber small forward, because right now Omri Caspi cannot be and there's no good free agents. Omri Caspi cannot be our starting small forward when the season starts. Marcus All, you gotta go. You're making too much money. We're actually gonna package him with a first round pick. We're going to do this trade for OG Anunoby and Otto Porter for Marcus Saul and Omri Caspi and a first round pick. But OG Anunoby, there was a trade for Otto Porter and someone else. But I'm doing this trade for the defensive aspect because right now Andre Drummond and OG Anunoby will definitely help us defensively clamp down on these small forwards like Kawhi Leonard, like LeBron James. I mean, he won't stop them, but he'll slow them down enough so we can win. So we just traded for Andre Roberson, but I think we're going to trade either Roberson or Otto Porter because now we have too many small forwards. I think we're going to end up trading Otto Porter instead. Actually, we can't trade Otto Porter. I forgot to turn off this because it's not a realistic rebuild. All this is getting turned off. And we are going to trade Otto Porter, hopefully for someone that could fill backup center or backup point guard. I'm pretty sure we need a backup point guard still. And there it is. There's our backup center right there, Jared Allen. He should be just what we need for backup center on the bench. Now we are running a 9-man rotation. 76 is our lowest overall. Everybody else is 80 or higher. I think this is a championship contender. It says we're rebuilding, which is odd because that just doesn't make sense. I'm gonna change it to buying, if anything. Who Who's contending? Is there any contending teams? There's none contending teams. So clearly this game does not know what it's talking about. This team right here, rebuilding. Are you crazy? We're going to just sim to November 30th and just see where the team's at. And I'll see you guys there. So our team so far has been very successful. 15-5. Let's check out what our leading score. So our leading scorer is D'Angelo Russell, who's averaging 28 points, 6 assists, 2.2 rebounds, while shooting 46% from the field goal and 37% from the three-point line. And right behind him is Nikola Jokic, averaging 26, 13, and 8. These are MVP stats right here he's putting up. Andre Drummond averaging 16 and 14. Aaron Holiday is giving us buckets. How many games has this man played? He's averaging 15 points. Games played. Started games played. He's only played 17 games out of our 15, which is a lot. So he's actually putting up good stats for us. Jared Allen, kind of a little underwhelming, but he's only there for rebounding. I guess he's doing his job off the bench. Terrence Davis, I expect more from you, at least 7 points per game. But as long as we're winning, I don't think it matters too much. Actually, how many games has he played? He's played all of the games. Okay. Interesting. We're gonna just sim to the trade deadline, which I don't actually even know when it is. I'm just gonna sim until February 13th, right before the All-Star weekend, and we'll be right back when we're there. So it looks like the trade deadline was February 6th. The roster right now looks good. We are 35-15. D'Lo went down in stats. I probably should have looked for trades when he was averaging 28. But that's fine. Drummond went down to rebounds. Nikola Jokic actually went better. Lost a little bit in assists, but that's fine. He's almost shooting 50%. Almost shooting 50, 40, 90. He's 10% off in both, on all of them. So, I'm going to just check what the standings are to see we're the best team in the West. Wow, and we are not even. I knew that team with Luka was good. That they said it was rebuilding. Yeah, no, this team is not rebuilding. This team is too good to be rebuilding. It's because Luka, really. We don't have a Luka stopper, which could be an issue. D'Lo is not a Luka stopper. Honestly, we might trade Robert. I might trade Ricky Rubio for. You might trade Ricky Rubio for another point guard or a shooting guard that can play. Wow, Thing plays point guard, which I think we're going to do that right there. CJ McCollum you can have. Furkan, I don't care. Now we just boosted the team more. You can go back to point guard. And there we go. Now we get a heavy hitting starting five. I mean, defense is lackluster. Except Andre Roberson and Andre Drummond. Besides those two, our defense is kind of lackluster. But we have some defensive players on the bench that should be able to help us when we get to the playoffs where defense is key. Alright, so that wraps up the season. Luka Doncic with MVP, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1.5 steals, shooting 50, 40, almost 90. We almost ended the season with 60 wins, 59 and 23. Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year. Julius Randle, 6th Man of the Year. Kawhi Leonard, Depoy. Luka, Most Improved. Brett Brown with the worst record was Coach of the Year. So these are the all-team defenses. We had Nikola Jokic for us. That looks like that might be it for the Spurs. All rookie team. We'll definitely not have no rookie teams. We had no defensive teams either. Okay. So as you get right into the playoffs, we are the first seed facing the AFC Sacramento Kings with Ben Simmons, Marcus Smart, Lance Stevenson, Jaren Jackson, Dwight Howard, Serge, Alec Burks, Alfred Payne, Markieff Morris on the bench. I think we have the better roster. I think we should sweep them. I know the simulation is very slow. I am on PS4. I'm not on PC. So simulation takes a while. But if we can't make it out of the first round, this was a fail. We should be able to beat this 8 seed. Okay. Let's see. We're facing the Phoenix Suns. Darren Collins and Landry Shamet. Jimmy Butler, John Collins, Aaron Baines, Lonzo Ball, Ryu, Nerlens Noel, PJ Tucker. They're not starting Lonzo Ball over Darren Collison. Interesting. We have D'Lo, CJ, Roberson, Jokic, Drummond, Allen, Davis, Anobi, Jay Crowder. We're not playing Kevin Porter. I think we should beat this 5 seed too. They're good. I don't think they're better. I don't think they're better than us. Jimmy Butler is a really good player. It looks like they're going to take one game from us. So we're facing the Dallas Mavericks in the conference finals with Kyrie Irving, Evan Fournier, Chandler Hutchinson, Kevin Love, Hassan, JJ Redick, Cody Zeller, Matisse Thybulle, Mikal Bridges. Yeah, they're a good team. J.R. Smith. I think we're better too. I think we have the better roster with D'Lo, Jokic, Drummond. But right now we're down. This is a 7-game series. We won in 7 games, and we're facing the Pacers. Looks like Luka could not beat this team with Westbrook and Levine, who had 37 in the game 7 and won by 1 point. That's crazy. 37. Luka only had 25. Zach only had 22. Okay, so I don't know if we should be worried about this team. They're top heavy. They got 2 really good players. It looks like, and they have Steven Adams. Oh, they reunited Steven Adams and Westbrook, which is interesting. I don't know. I think we should have this game in the bag too. Westbrook is a good player. I think we have the better team. Game 7, and we lose in Game 7 to Russell Westbrook. That's crazy. That's wrapping up the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little My League video. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this, but if you guys like this, hit that like button. And maybe I'll make more of these My League videos for you guys. But until then, see you guys in the next one.